Hey there, happy Tuesday. I hope you are staying cool in this like ungodly weather. It's ridiculous. We have a swimming pool and I can tell you it's not even refreshing. Today, I want to give you a little buyer education, and that is on if you're purchasing a home that's inside an HOA community. And that's a homeowners community. And what that is if you're looking at houses that have an HOA, it means there are some rules and restrictions and some covenants that you will have to follow when you purchase in that neighborhood. And usually there's some sort of payments, like it could be $187 a month, or it might be $200 quarterly, or it might be $900 a year, something like that. But what happens when you purchase in an HOA community from a contract standpoint? That means you put in your offer, it's been accepted. Now the seller has to go to their HOA and they have to get something called a resale disclosure packet. And they have to provide you, the buyer, with that resale disclosure packet sometime during the transaction. Ideally, we get that up front, but it can come anytime during the transaction. Once your agent is in receipt of that disclosure package, they have to send it to you. And you have 3 days, not from the moment you get it, but from the moment the agent gets it. So make sure your agent is sending that to you ASAP. You have 3 days to review anything that's in that resale disclosure package, and you can get out of the contract if you don't agree with something in there. Now, I have to warn you as a buyer, please don't use the HOA as a get out of jail free card. Like, let's do unto others as we have done unto us, right? The golden rule, because sellers are taking their home off the market, they're pending it, they're under contract, they're not showing it to other people because they think you're being serious. So let's make sure when you make the offer that you know that there's an HOA and that you are serious about purchasing that home, that is your home. Now that being said, you might get into the HOA packet and you might realize that you have a boat and you're not allowed to park the boat in your driveway or even in the backyard, or you might have a camper. Those are probably the most likely scenarios we see when somebody wants to get out of an HOA, use the HOA to get out of a contract. It's usually about a boat or a camper. I've had somebody once get out when I was on the seller side. A buyer once got out because they read in the HOA documents that the HOA did not allow any curtains to be facing the front of the house that were anything other than white or beige. Guess that buyer wanted red. I would say that's probably not a serious buyer, because that they just, yes, it's a silly restriction, and it also keeps curb appeal and it keeps up home values, because usually HOAs say you can't paint your house orange or you can't paint it pink or something crazy and stuff like that. I will also say sometimes HOAs can be a pain in the butt. I have a love-hate relationship with an HOA. I love it because it keeps the neighborhood looking nice and uniformed, and it keeps the values up. I also hate it because, you know, you're paying $100, $200, $300, $500, $800,000, $900,000, $1 million for a property, and you might not be able to use it the way you want to use it exactly. And so there's a love-hate with it, but I get it. You know, when we're getting a shed, you know, we're supposed to get approval for the shed. We had to get approval for our pool. We had to get approval for our fence. So these are the things that you will read in these HOA documents that you will have to agree to. After 3 days, it's known that you've agreed to it. But within those 3 days, if you're like, you know what, I really wanted a 6-foot privacy fence and they're only going to allow me to have a 42-inch fence, I want out. You have 3 days to get out of that contract and get your earnest money back. After the 3 days, you are stuck. So that's how an HOA property works when you're buying a home. On Thursday, we're going to talk about HOAs, but from the seller's perspective and about ordering the docs and all that good stuff. If you are thinking about buying a home in the next maybe, 3 to 12 months, please please reach out to us. We would love to help you. I can send you this home buying process guide. It tells you everything you need to know from contract to close. Has a lot of great Q&A in there, so that would be good for you. Just put your email in the comments or actually send it to me in a message so that it stays private. And if you have questions, of course, give me a call, 804-248-8207. Put it in the comments, because if you have a question, chances are somebody else has the same question. Or if you're shy, you can send me a Facebook message and I'd be happy to answer it for you. Y'all, I am Shannon Milligan at RVA Home Team, brokered by eXp Realty. I am off to do some work and then hopefully get in that pool, even though it's not refreshing anymore, just to cool down just a little bit. Stay cool, and remember, keep your pets indoors or don't keep them out too long. And if they are outdoor pets, please get them some shade. Make sure you're giving them water. And if you love your pets and you take them on the car rides, don't leave them in the car. Take them in with you, because it's really hot out there. And check on your loved ones, especially the elderly loved ones in this heat in their homes, because you never know. All right, guys, I will see you on Thursday. Bye.